Shalom, everyone. This week, we move from the wilderness to the manna, from being emptied to being fed. And the question we are living with for the next 7 days is this: can we trust God for today without needing to know what tomorrow looks like? In week 1, we removed Egypt. We removed the worldly habits, the idols, the words, and the wounds of our old life. Week 2 revealed what was underneath: the self-reliance, the silence we feared, the comfort we craved, the control we gripped, and the pride we could not see. The wilderness stripped the ground bare. And now, the ground is ready, and something falls from heaven. In Exodus chapter 16, after Israel had been in the wilderness, and the complaints have reached their peak, God does something completely unexpected. He does not send them back to Egypt. He does not lecture them. He does not give them a plan for the next 40 years. He says, "Tomorrow morning, go outside your tent, bread from heaven." Every single morning, 6 days a week, for 40 years, God provided exactly what they needed for that day. Not for the week, not for the month, but for the day. Today's bread. Introducing the manna principle. You were never designed to live more than one day at a time. Today is day 15 of the Omer, week 3. This week, the manna falls. Israel woke up one morning in the wilderness and found something on the ground they had never seen before. Thin, flake-like, and as fine as the frost on the ground. They looked at each other and said, in Hebrew, "Manhu, what is it?" And that question, Manhu, is where the word manna comes from. They named it with a question, because they had never seen provision like this before. You cannot plan for something you have never encountered. You can only receive it. That is exactly what God intended. In Exodus chapter 16, verse 4, God says, "Behold, I will rain bread from heaven for you. The people will go out and gather a day's portion every day, so that I can test them to find out whether they will walk in my Torah or not." Matthew chapter 6, verse 11. In our Lord's Prayer, it says, "Give us this day our daily bread." Sometimes God's provision in our lives looks nothing like what we expected. And the right response is not disappointment. It is curiosity. What is this? Let me receive it and find out. Let's hold up the mirror. How far ahead are you trying to live? Not physically, spiritually, emotionally. How much of your energy today is being spent on tomorrow, next month, next year, on the outcomes you cannot see, the situation that you have not yet arrived? Anxiety is simply the attempt to live in a future that only God inhabits. And the manna principle is God's gentle and daily practical answer to that anxiety. You do not need next year's provision today. You need today's. Right at the top of today's journal page, today only. Every time your mind goes to tomorrow's problems, next week's uncertainty, or next year's fears, bring it back to those two words. You are not called to carry tomorrow today. The manna for tomorrow falls tomorrow morning. Write down 3 specific things God has provided for you today. Not in general, not historically, but today specifically. They do not have to be dramatic. The breath in your lungs, the roof above you, the fact that you woke up and chose to keep counting. Name them specifically. Gratitude is the act of receiving what is already on the ground. Say a prayer that stays entirely in today. No requests for the future, no anxious petitions about what is coming. Just say, "God, what do you have for me today? What are you saying to me today? What do you want me to do with today?" Then listen for 60 seconds without filling the silence. The manna for tomorrow falls tomorrow. We are 35 days to Pentecost. See you tomorrow.